It's me, Katie, of Appy Creates. My name is Katie and I make stuff. This is the intro. I'm filming a few of them in a row, so I think this is the August vlog. Welcome to the August vlog. This whole month was full of trials and tribulations, and we are going to see what I made. Grab your sketchbook, grab something to drink. And I'll see you at the end of the video. Bye. Hi y'all, welcome to August. I just got this fancy new microphone set up. It's on one of those little arms, and I got a pop filter so I can get all up on the mic. Hopefully this is like better sound quality, because I'm not willing to drop the money on the big bucks microphone quite yet. Let's get that ad revenue in. The big events of August. I officially quit my job as a teacher. I really enjoyed it. It was a good move for me, but I couldn't keep going on without being burnt out. That was not a good choice. I then had to start packing to move. My boyfriend and I were moving at the end of September across to a different city, like 15 minutes away, but there's so much difference between packing up your dorm room or your bedroom when you share a room with friends than an entire apartment that you share with a significant other. Like, suddenly you have to pack up the bathroom and the kitchen, and like there's so much stuff. And there's a lot of decisions to be made, which is frankly exhausting. So that was most of my August, and I was really worried about not having enough footage for August and not being able to make enough art. And then I was compiling this, and it's a long one. You know, I think my vlogs are going to start getting longer because art is really cool and I love to chit chat. Can we just talk about how canvases are the go-to gift for artists? I'm not saying it's a bad gift. I am saying I have a lot of canvases that I've accumulated over the years, and this is the first one I painted on in a long time. And this is the second painting on it. I just did over the last one and went in for a landscape on this one. I think I'm using the Hemi gouache, probably. And as you can see, it goes through many phases, none of which I like. I think the colors are too intense. There's not enough different variation, and the texture I really like with acrylics and acrylic gouache are hard for me to get with the Hemi gouache, which is why I painted over it with acrylic gouache. I wanted to paint some flowers because honestly I've never done that, and you know what, why not? Flowers are pretty. I've been obsessed with, I think, poppies lately. They're really open and are very defined. And I didn't want a lot of variation in flowers. I just wanted the same one to repeat over and over again because I'm not about that detailed life, yo. And to be honest, I had a lot of fun painting this one. I thought I was going to paint over it because it was not the vibe for me. And then all of a sudden it became the vibe. Like, once I started loading up my paintbrush and doing these squiggles and using the texture, ooh, she hit different. I have forgotten how much fun it is to play with your art supplies. For the past few years, I've been really constrained in how I use my art supplies. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I have always felt like I'm a waste of an artist. And I always feel like my art's never going to be good enough I'm not good enough to use my supplies. I talk a big talk for someone who is not an artist. And I think that's the imposter syndrome setting in, the doubt, the depression, anxiety, ADHD. But something recently has clicked, and I'm kind of cool. In fact, I'm really cool. I realize that the art I make is good enough because it's art that I made. And once I started making art that I wanted to do, it became a lot more fun. And it became a lot easier to make art that made me happy. And I have a saying that I've said a few times now on this channel, but art made is better than art not made. And I'm a firm believer in that. In this overexposed clip, I went to town drawing some birds with a felt tip marker. I don't draw with pens. I don't draw with marker. What if I make a mistake? What am I gonna do? And you know what? It works out. It's a sketchbook. Nobody cares. This idea that someone is watching my every move and critiquing everything I do is not a helpful mindset for me to have. And I don't remember who said this, but if you switch your mindset to everyone critiquing you to everyone's in your corner and wants you to succeed, I don't know, it clicked. Like, there's no reason anyone wants to see me fail. I don't want to see me fail. My family doesn't want to see me fail. They want to see me succeed. People who care about me want me to succeed. And I care about myself, so I want myself to succeed. So why would I not? As long as I'm trying my best and working towards my goal, then what? Why doubt it? Why worry? The anxiety's kicking in, but like, why worry about where you're gonna end up as long as you're happy where you are and what you're working towards? And I'm not saying there needs, like, you're just free floating, balling in the wind. Like, I have end goals. I want to see my art succeed. I want to sell prints and have people, like, want to see my art and want to make people happy. I want to, I guess, spread joy with my art. And I always found that the artist I enjoyed following and loved their art, they enjoy making their art. It's a fun process for them. It's something they sit down and do because it's what they love. And I realize that I have that in common with them. I love making art. There's no reason other than my love for art that I would be doing this. I mean, yes, money, fame, you know I want it all. But the first 10, 15 years of my life, I didn't know this was a thing I could do. I didn't know I could be an artist, and yet I still collected art supplies. I still watched countless hours of YouTube videos, scrolled through all the Tumblr artist pages, read all the books I could, and it's something in me. It's something I want to do. And I know I can do it. So why not?
I'm what you call lazy, and I had a great idea. Yogurt ladle. It's a spoon and a bowl, all in one. Wow! Wow! So I am in the mood to draw, and I was like, I'm gonna draw some birds. I was gonna pull out my reference book, and I just realized that I am moving. So all my books are racked. I don't want to unpack them. Like my nails. It's called, I picked most of them off, but now I'm scared to pick off the rest because it hurts my fingers, so. Oh, to the internet.
Recently, there's been a shift in my art. I am trying to draw more for me and like to improve. And yes, there are times when I want to draw to improve my skills, like let me practice cats. This was not one of those good times. I was stressed and frustrated from the move and thought I was in a place to draw, thought I could use this as an escape and to get out, but I just kept making myself more and more stuck and mad and angry. And I was watching a YouTuber, I don't remember who, but they said, why not just draw the same thing that you like drawing over and over and over again? Like, who cares? Who gives a shit? Like, it's your life. And if it makes you happy, then do it. And I realized that I don't have to constantly be growing and improving and forcing myself out of my comfort zone. Yes, that is a faster way to grow. Yes, that is how you kind of move forward, but sitting still is not a bad place to be. Sitting in your comfort zone, it's really nice. I'm not going to stay here forever, and I'm not going to like live in this place, but it's really nice to hang out at once in a while, especially when everything around you is changing. I am returning to playing with my art. I saw this person on Instagram, and she or he or they do the scraping thing where they just put paint down and then scrape it. And so I took an old card, put some paint in my sketchbook, and pulled, and oh my goodness, is it fun. Like, look at how cool that is. That's some cheap dollar paint I got from Michael's because I'd already packed up all my paint like a fool. So I went out and bought more because then, you know, that makes sense. Pack up your paints and then buy more. You know, don't question the life or the brain of an artist. Just roll with it. It's where we are. And I have actually gotten kind of hooked on these colors. I hate this pink red, but it was one of those things where I closed my eyes, let my intuition guide me, and this was the color I picked, so I'm trusting it. And I think it works okay with this purple. I'm rolling with it. It's a sketchbook page. What are you gonna do? Last but not least, we return to an oldie but a goodie. This little square sketchbook I got because my friend got one and I was like, oh, it's amazing. And so then I proceeded to go out and buy the same one. Shout out to Lauren. It is amazing. It's the trying to look for it. I don't know, I'll put the name on, but it's really, the paper's nice. It holds up the acrylic nicely and the ink and drawing and sketching. And the paper is just cheap enough that I don't feel bad about trying new things on it. So I did an oldie but a goodie and pulled out that landscape. Shibuya. I only had a few colors and I wanted to see what kind of landscape I could make from it. Is this true to form? No. Was it fun as heck? Yes. And do I plan to continue to do this? Possibly. I don't know. I might get bored after recording this and forget all about it. But it was fun to do in the moment. And that's what life is about. Thanks for watching. I hope you go make some art and have a grand old time. Love you. Bye.